Man, have I got a story for you guys. So, in case you're not aware, I am going back to Savannah tomorrow. I know, seriously, 7 weeks passed just like that, and I'm going to be around Taylor, Dan, and Alex again, so everyone gets to enjoy them once again. Also, it was after I left I had my partnership, so now I'll have partnership while I'm in Savannah, which means I get paid to go to school. Kinda, sorta, a little. One thing that me and my parents do is talk on Skype, similar to how me and Mallory, or I guess me and anyone else, would talk on Skype. We do this so we can see each other. We've done it since I've went to school, and we haven't done it too often lately because the microphone portion of this webcam actually shorted out. The camera part works fine, but the built-in microphone just doesn't work. And I did test it out with another microphone that works fine, so we decided we either needed a new camera or a desktop mic. I figured that the new camera was kind of stupid because, the camera part works fine, so I was like, okay, we'll just go and buy a $9 mic at Walmart. Since I am a tech-savvy consumer, I decided to go online to walmart.com, look up to see if something was in stock, and it was. I was like, oh snap, that is awesome, it's right down the road. So even though we had stuff to do, seriously, I had to, pack stuff for tomorrow, we got in the car and we drove to Walmart. We get to Walmart and I go to the shelf where it should be. I see the UPC label and there are no desktop mics, and I'm a little concerned, but that's okay. I just look around the electronics department to try and find an employee. And I look and look and look, and it's kind of hard to find them. They're not really in the area. I finally see one, but it's a lady at the photo counter, and I'm like, I don't know. Also, she looks like she's 100 years old, and she also isn't wearing like any kind of Walmart identification. She almost looks like she was someone with Alzheimer's that just wandered behind the counter, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll wait for someone else. I saw two other women who were walking through the electronics but quickly left, and I couldn't really catch them, and they looked like they probably worked in another department or just didn't want to be talked to. However, there was a younger person who looked about my age who was in the electronics department at Walmart, and that is like a godsend. I don't know if you've ever had to deal with going to the electronics department in Walmart, but I always get some 80-year-old man who doesn't know the difference between PlayStation and Xbox, and like if you ask him any question, he's like, "Oh, did you go to the Xbox Station 320 Wii?" Like seriously, why do you put people that don't know anything about the department in the department? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, this young person is helping someone else, but as soon as he's done, I go up and I'm like, "Hey, I really need this desktop mic. You don't have it, but online it says you have something. It says in stock." And he laughs and says, "Oh, that thing's never accurate," which is a little weird to me because it seems like it would be based on stock. So it seems like it would be accurate, but I took his word for it. But I said, could you check?" And he said, "Yeah, I can check. I just don't have a scanner, so I have to get a scanner." So he goes and asks his manager. His manager doesn't have a scanner, so he has to go and like trek around the store looking for a scanner. Along the way, I saw him get stopped by like two other customers, and instead of just telling them that, he was with another customer, he was just, he helped them, which I guess was nice, but at the same time, I'm waiting to be helped, so I had to wait for like 10 minutes for him to find a scanner. When he finally found the scanner, he walked by me again the other way, kind of smiled, and then walked to where the UPC was, scanned it, and then disappeared in the back for about probably 5 more minutes. Now this entire time I'm standing up at the electronics counter, and at this point I've probably been there for 15 minutes, probably maybe going on 20. The guy finally comes out and says that they have 5. 5, which is good. That's nice. I only need 1, but 5 is good that, they actually have them. However, they don't know where they are. He said, "I don't know where they are. They could be in pharmacy. They could be anywhere. People could have taken them off the shelves, moved them somewhere, and they're gone. They could be in the back, and we just don't know where they are. They were never properly put away." And it's like, what the heck? I just need this $9 mic. He said he asked his manager what to do, and the manager said that there was just, straight up nothing they could do. And I was like, well, okay, cool. Could you call the other Walmart that's down the road? Because we have like a bunch of Walmarts, in the vicinity. And he said, okay, and they called them and they didn't have any. So, wonderful. There's 5 microphones in the Walmart, but we don't know where any of them are. So I couldn't get one. Yeah. Now, I don't think that I even have to ask if this has happened to you guys, because I feel like it has. Maybe not this particular instance, but I think something very similar. I have a very hard time with Walmart. Walmart is a great place to shop. Admittedly, they have the lowest prices. Some people are very against Walmart and say that it hurts the economy and takes away jobs, but I'm not one of those people. I'm very much in love with Walmart. I like Walmart, despite what some may call it as the destruction of small business, but you can get everything you need there. The prices are, unmatched, and I certainly don't mind shopping there because I'm a stickler and I like to save money. The problem I have with Walmart is that it seems, from just repeated observations I've had, that they either hire the wrong people, or probably what's going on is they put the wrong people in the wrong departments. Imagine if you were tech savvy and you were like, I come here, I want to work in electronics, and you get a job, but they put you in crafts. I mean, I can tell you all the differences between an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3, but I certainly could not tell you what the differences in fabric are. I don't know any of that stuff. So I feel like that probably happens a lot of the time. And I know that that happens because I've talked to some of the employees in Walmart. On more than one occasion, I have asked a Walmart employee in the electronics what something was or when they would be getting something, and the person would say, well, I don't know, they put me in this department, but I don't know anything about it. I don't work at Walmart, and I don't have anything against people who work at Walmart, but I am very, very confused about, the workings of Walmart. I mean, it's a great place to shop because of the deals and just, the selection of everything, but what is this? What is it when you can't get help because the person that should be helping you is not in the department you're in? They could be somewhere else. The people who know about technology are in automotives. The people who know about automotives are in grocery. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of a confusing thing. So I want to hear about some of your wacky Walmart stories, and this is a pretty broad thing, so just lay it all on me, any kind of crazy stuff that's happened in Walmart. I've done some pretty crazy things in Walmart. There was one time I waited 31 hours for a PlayStation 3 when they first came out. 31 hours in a Walmart. That's actually online somewhere. Maybe I'll find it. But Walmart and me, we have mixed blood, certainly. They're a great place to shop, but issues like this really get on my nerves. So leave me a comment and tell me about your Walmart experiences. I really do enjoy hearing what everyone else has to say. I often wonder how I would be as a psychology major, because I'm just so interested in hearing other people tell me stuff. I kind of imagine myself as a shrink with someone on the bed and talking to them. Also, is shrink offensive? I'm not sure. Are you allowed to call psychologists shrinks? I don't know, whatever. So leave me that, and tune in for tomorrow because I'll be going to Savannah, finally getting back into the swing of things, and classes start on Wednesday, so I will soon be halfway through my senior year. Oh, and don't forget Phoenix Beyond is coming out in March. Lots of stuff. You guys might not have been caught up with everything, and I don't expect you to go back and watch the last, 150 days. So just keep watching. Everything will slowly make sense. Probably. Oh, and as of right now, since it's past midnight, it's technically January 2nd, and it's Alex's birthday. So you should wish Alex a happy birthday, too, also. And I'll make him read them. I could have just said this tomorrow, but I'll probably forget because I'm a terrible friend.